like we called each other. You were in your fall. Yeah.
How are
It
you,
is like
Fred?
we called each other, saw each other in the elevator.
We knew it was fall. We didn't have to talk.
Yes, exactly.
Foliage.
Exactly.
Look
yes.
at us.
You look like tan. How are you tan right now? Because I'm like so white.
You are so
I
white.
am white.
I don't
In
know.
many
I
ways.
just grabbed the sun in the
I'm
summer
just saying,
and stored up for the whole year.
Well, you had a birthday recently, and you turned 50 since
I
the
did.
last time I saw you.
Yeah, since the last time.
And apparently went to an island.
Yeah.
And you look great. How
Thank
was
you.
50? Because 40
50
was
good.
awesome.
50 was fine. I didn't do much. I have a weird birthday. It's right between Christmas and New Year's, so like nobody celebrates it. Fine. I mean, again, it's fine. I'm not asking for sympathy.
Okay.
But
gifts.
then I had friends did a surprise party for me a week after in like early January. And so I came in and everybody surprised me. And then they were saying, did you know? And I said, well, of course not. It was a week after. Like, they're like, did we get you? I'm like, of course you did.
It happened.
It would have been like if you did April Fools in October, you would have got me too, but it's technically less impressive than you think.
That's sweet, though.
It's very sweet. The whole thing was sweet. Yeah.
Do you feel different at 50? Anything changed?
I don't, except for how often people are like, do you feel different?
Different at 50? Yeah. So wait, this is your 7th time here, and I believe I've done your show maybe around 9 times.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. We have a nice thing going.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
It was really strong.
Going on. You
Yeah.
just break out in a song.
I will not sing.
So wait, do you prefer being the interviewer or do you
I like
prefer being the
hosting.
guest? Yeah,
Yeah, I like hosting more than I love being here with you.
Yeah.
But all I'm thinking about are my legs. The minute I sat down, you sound like Charlie Brown's teacher to me this whole time. And all I'm doing is
didn't hear
thinking
anything.
about my legs.
Oh my God, remind me.
Where's my beautiful desk that covers my leg?
No, I think I like interviewing, obviously. I just mean, I think it's easier to be interviewed, though.
Oh, I see. I feel like when you're interviewed, you put too much on it because you don't do it all the time. Because I host every day, I feel like it's second nature to me now. Whereas like being interviewed, I don't know, maybe I don't like the focus as much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, like all we did
I
so
don't
far
mind
is
the
talk about how
focus.
I'm 50, which is like, like I
We
never
wanna
bring
make
up
you
on
feel-
my show.
We want to make you feel bad about yourself. And then you go,
50! I
No!
can't believe you made it
The
here.
re-
Oh my
You're not
God.
dead.
You took the elevator, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But wait, let's talk about the elevators here. So
Okay.
do you find, because now I'm here, this is my 2nd season here.
Yeah.
Do you find that you are a moron everywhere else you go that has an elevator because you get on and you expect it to know where you're going?
Yes.
Yes.
You know what it's like? Do you ever, like, post Uber, get in a taxi and forget you have to pay? You know what I mean? Like, because when you Uber, you're like, it's gonna
It's in
just
your
pay.
phone, yeah.
And then sometimes I'll hail a taxi and then I'll just be like, all right, well, I'm sure someone else will take care of this.
Oh, no, I
And
never
then I get
done
out and
that
they're like,
one.
hey. And I'm like, I'm sorry, usually my phone takes care of this.
It's my phone, yeah.
Yeah, but here you press a number and it tells you
Yeah,
where to go.
here you press a number before you get on, and then
Yeah.
it, whatever, but
Yeah.
it has made me a moron.
Yeah.
Like, people will look at me and be like, so are you?
Oh, yeah, I'll go to
Yeah.
a different office building. I'll just go up and down for hours.
Just like, I feel like an
I'm like,
idiot.
I don't know how to get off. Oh, no, there she goes. There she goes. There she goes.
Great. Yeah. So, okay, this is a real question because
Okay,
last
great.
year was kind of hell. I tried to dress it up and make it nice because we had just moved to New York, but it was hell, trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
What do y'all do?
I mean, I feel like we haven't had as hell of a time as you have. What went wrong?
I went to the wrong street where the entire city of Manhattan went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you uptown, downtown? Where were you?
Uptown.
Okay, gotcha. I will
Yeah.
say, like, we live downtown. There's a pretty good neighborhood scene. It's really fun.
Okay.
I would say the hell for my kids is my wife does that switch witch thing where, like, they get candy and she, like, will let the candy becomes currency and they can then buy things from her, like an apple or, yeah, or like a book. And so they don't get a lot of candy. And I feel like it's starting to dawn on them that, like, they are being hustled.
Oh my God, I thought you were gonna say she does the switch, like, cause what I do is I buy, like, one story in my childhood freaked me out about something that happened in somebody's neighborhood, and so now I take all their candy without them knowing, and I switch it out with candy that I bought.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same idea.
Because
Like
people are messed up. You don't know.
Well, the best is when you overhear your kid saying to another kid, like, you know, food coloring, the dyes that make this bright red is like the worst stuff for you.
My kid had a full-on, like, mini meltdown, my boy, in the store the other day because he was like, why do you have to be so healthy? Like, in the store. And, like, meanwhile, we've got cookies in our... I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Anyway, he yells at me for that.
I have often said that my wife makes our kids eat so healthy that their cookie is what I used to have to eat to get a cookie.
It's like the equivalent of broccoli.
Yeah, just like so many oats.
It's a cauliflower cookie.
They're like, dates. You like dates? You're like, what are we talking about here?
Okay, well, wait. Let's take a quick break. Michael in our audience can help us out.
Hi, Kelly and Seth. I'm a cheesemonger. And, Seth, I have a pitch for you. Day drinking with cheese. Brie and ricotta go well with vodka. Cheddar pairs with bourbon. And Parmesan and tequila are a little slice of heaven. Thank me later. More with Seth and Kelly when we get back.
We're back with Seth Meyers. That was his new special, Dad Man Walking. You can see it starting tomorrow on Max. So usually on your show you talk a lot about politics, but this is different.
It's so nice to have an outlet to talk about my family. They are basically who I spend all my time with, and I find them wildly entertaining.
I think that means you're a good dad, by the way.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I don't know if you'll feel that way after you watch the full special.
I did.
No, but it's a wonderful thing. I find them all so deeply funny, and it's really nice to go out on stage. And while all jokes aside, I'm critical, but I think it only works because people can tell I love my family a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, of course. Wait, you filmed it in Chicago. Oh
my God. Those three, yeah.
Look at those cheeks.
I know.
Oh. So you filmed in Chicago.
Yeah.
Why there? What do you love about that audience?
You know, that's where my comedy career started, doing improv stuff in Chicago, and I filmed it at the Vic Theater, which is a place I've always had great shows. I just feel like Chicago audiences are like just great, loving comedy audiences, and I'm always happy to be. They always want to have a good time, and being on stage in front of them is just the best. So
yeah, it's the best energy when you're up there.
Yeah,
to feed off of it. So what's one thing that your kids did that you used in the special? Like, what's one?
I mean, there's so much that they do in the special that I use. I mean, the biggest thing, one of the things I do is talk about like just how the things they do that I don't like at all. And one is they just talk about lava all the time. They just talk about lava, and they want to know about lava and volcanoes, and I don't know anything about lava. And it's just deeply frustrating to be put in a position where, one, I don't really care about it that much. And
then you also feel like an idiot.
Yeah, I don't really. I kind of feel like they're the idiots, because I'm like, why? We live in New York City. You're like, the chances you're going to encounter lava are like less than zero.
So there must be something at a certain age, because mine are 8 and 10, and they are worried about natural disasters.
Yeah. Yes. By the way, a lot of natural disaster, like flooding, I think that's a good one. Lava, you're in the clear. Like, that's literally the last thing we need a contingency plan for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
So wait, how do you parent differently than your parents did?
Well, recently my mom did this thing where she said, well, I feel like my parents like don't appreciate how technology has changed since they were parents. And they'll say things like, oh, well, when you were little, you didn't look at the phone that much. And I'm like, the one on the wall?
With the big cord?
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Solid move. Yeah. But I was staring at the TV.
Yeah. Like, all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. So wait, are you careful to watch language with your kids, or do you just say, I'm old and you're not? Sorry.
I try my best, but I'm not great.
Me neither.
Yeah, but I also like, it's never that I swear at them. It's just like I'll tell a story to my wife and I'm just like loose with language there.
Yeah.
You know, where else, you know, like I just naturally use a lot of words you shouldn't say in front of kids.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
And now all three of them got their little radars up and they're all just little rats.
Yeah.
They're like, Mama, and I'm like,
yes. My son will get a little sneaky smile every time I do it, and my daughter will look at me like my mother's looking at me, like total judgment, like, well, going to hell.
We were driving in the car once, and he must have been like 5 years old. One of my sons was like, I really want to say a bad word, and I don't want to get in trouble. And we're like, you can say it one time. And he's like, all right. And he yelled word really loud. And then he was just good. He was like, thank you very much. They were like, all right, yeah.
Which is kind of amazing.
You just need to get out. You just need to get out.
So you talk about kids at weddings and you're special. So how do you feel about, what are your kids like?
So my brother just got married, and we brought my kids, and they did A+ work. I was very proud of them.
Okay.
Yeah. You're just like concerned. I just don't want my kids to ruin someone's special day because they can't wrap their heads around like the weight of the moment. But there were 3 boys who were ring bearers, and of course there were only 2 rings. And my brother's wife came up with a very novel idea, which is there were 2 ring boxes with the rings in them, and then there was a dummy ring box, but none of the kids knew who had the dummy one. Because like we didn't want to tell one of the 3 kids you don't have an actual ring. Yeah. So it was only when they got up there that one of them realized that
was extremely let down.
No, he opened it and it was a pretzel nugget, and the officiant ate it and said thank you to my son, and so they were all happy.
I love your
Yeah. You wanted them to hear, there needed to be a rattle when they walked. They didn't want to know they had the empty ring box.
Yeah, because that would have been sad.
Yeah.
So what does your wife think about when you talk about her on stage? Is she?
She knew what she was getting into.
Okay.
I was a comedian when we met.
Yeah.
With that said, she's incredibly generous in that she gives me a lot of leeway to talk about us on stage. And we also have an understanding if she's ever like, I would love you to take that out, I happily take it out.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a story in the special where I was worried. I was like, oh, she's not gonna let me tell it. I shouldn't do it on stage because it'll work. And then I'll be sad when she says, don't do it.
Yeah.
But then it worked, and I was like, will you watch? And she's like, man, you can keep it. So it was
That's
very
a
loving.
team player.
That's a team player. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You gotta laugh at life.
Yeah. I mean, I think she'd rather laugh at me, but you know, she'll laugh at life too. Yeah.
All right, give it up for Seth Meyers. Late Night with Seth Meyers airs weeknights on NBC and streams the following day on Peacock. And Seth's new special, Dad Man Walking, premieres tomorrow on HBO. Thank you guys so much.